Hey everybody, it's Friday night. Just finished the A-Main at Williams Grove Speedway. Here with Jeff Halligan. Jeff, we haven't talked to you in a few weeks, so let's catch up on your night tonight. Pretty good night, but an eventful A-Main. So take us through your night though. Timed hot laps kicked off the night, right?
Yeah, we were quick time and hot laps in our group anyway. Track was a little greasy. We tried something with the car. I've been through a lot at it this today, trying to get better at the Grove because I've been running Westbrook's car and getting different feels there. So
yeah, we should mention that in the Risser Motorsports 45 tonight.
Yes. And he's out with a motor issue, so I'm like, you know what, we're not racing next week because of Knoxville, so let's make a 2-dayer this weekend. And
so
yeah, it was just
So anyway, that put you. The invert was 2, put you on the outside of the front row for your heat, and you and Lucas Wolf took off, and you were chasing him most of the way, but ended up getting the win.
Yeah, Lucas got me on the start in the heat race. He tends to do that to me here.
He's pretty good here.
I'm usually pretty good at restarts, but something about Lucas Wolf on the front row here, he knows what he's doing. And I don't think I beat him once in a turn 1. I started next to him plenty of times.
Yeah.
I think, and it's just he's just so experienced. He knows how to get the jump. And it's weird because we'll start in the front row, Port Royal, and I'll jump him. And it's like, you know,
this is his
weird.
place. He knows how to do it. But it is extremely hot here today. For those who aren't in the Pennsylvania area, that's why Jeff's sweating. He just worked his butt off here. But
long feature,
which we'll explain here in a second. I guess the feature took a little while to get going. You started 3rd, early going. I think you were running 4th. And we had a little bit of an event during the feature. Red flag.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's watching, so I can explain it.
Yeah, walk us through it.
So I had a bad start, dropped the. I actually had Hartlob beat into 1, and I just missed my entry, and he got back by me. So I was running 4th, and I made a pass at Hartlob, like flat 2. And I knew I was better than him, and I got in the curve, and I was a little too tight in the game, and just popped the wheel, and he got back by me.
Right.
And then we were kind of riding around, and I was keeping pace because it got on the top there, and I was definitely keeping pace with Hartlob in front of me. And Walters was in 2nd. We were kind of in lap traffic at that point. I mean, we were lapping cars pretty quickly. Yeah. And it was very fast paced, and Walter broke or something.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him, but he got upside down and won.
Hard. It was not easy. I mean, and you know, he gets upside down going into 1. He hits something broke, and he hit the fence and starts flipping, and I was already set into the cushion. Yeah. Nowhere really to go, so I just lock it up. Yeah. I see a car flipping, I lock it up. Sure. Car gets sideways because when you hit the brake, you'll get sideways. Yeah. I mean, it brakes sideways. Sure. And I didn't see him as the car's braking sideways. You can't see
to the right. Yeah.
So at one point, I'm thinking, I don't even know where he is. He could be on the top. I could be about to drill him. Yeah. And believe it or not, he was on the bottom. Yeah. He was underneath me. That's how much he flipped.
Yeah. Yeah, you missed him.
Yeah, I missed him.
Completely missed him.
Completely missed him. Well, the video can show that because the officials told me that my nose piece caught him. Your nose piece is a little bent. You caught him. And I said, well, I pulled a wheel stand on the start and it slammed down on the initial start. I said, that was probably that. Yeah. And so what? Yeah. I missed him.
There's about 4 cars came rolling in here.
I touched him, basically, I didn't spin out. I wasn't sideways. I got the car straight. And the worst part is, the motor was still running. I could have kept going. And they're on the radio saying, red, 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 red. Why aren't you stopping? Right. Why aren't you stopping? Why aren't you stopping? And then she's talking to everybody behind me. I hear that, okay?
Yeah, you stop.
And that's a bad call. I stop.
Yeah.
I stop. I stop.
Right. Which is what everybody's supposed to do. If you weren't part of the accident, long story short, folks, I mean, when they went back to racing,
one of the worst calls I've ever seen.
They put me to the rear. They put Jeff to the rear, so he restarted at the back. Definitely a lot of folks here, including
the officials.
Some officials who don't agree with it.
Told me, I understand what you're saying. I saw it.
Yeah.
It was a tower call, so I'd like to talk to whoever made that call because that was one of the worst calls I've ever seen.
Right. So.
And I understand it's a hard job. That was easy, and that's a safety issue.
That is.
They're yelling red, red, red. He just flipped extremely hard.
Right.
One of the harder flips I've seen here in a while.
Right. You're not part of the accident. You come to a stop. Yes, you're near the accident.
It's a safety thing.
Right. Absolutely. A lot of times in a lot of series, I know a lot of tracks,
even touched.
They give a guy a break. If you spin out intentionally to avoid contact, you're okay.
I can understand that. But I didn't spin out.
And you didn't.
So
and you didn't. Right.
I actually understand that gray area, but I didn't spin out.
You
I didn't spin out.
Completely under control.
And I could have kept going. I could have drove it the whole way back around, but it was a red. I mean, it's just.
Now,
I talked to the officials in 1 and 2. I stopped in 3 and 4. I yelled at Topper through my helmet. He knew I was upset. The Topper, our friend. So.
Right.
I mean, it's
Yeah, I get it.
It's ridiculous.
Because bottom line is, you had a good car tonight, and you showed it after that, because Jeff drove from the back to a 7th place finish.
We were so good.
They were really good. Would have been, I know, you wanted to see what you had for the front of the field if you were still up there.
Oh, it's really irritating seeing the cars that were behind me won the race.
Yeah.
And I know we were good. It's just, it's just a terrible call.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. It's done, but that's a safety issue, and that's kind of, you got a guy flipping. Well, he went. I mean, something broke, and he was going into one wide open. That is not a.
Right.
That is not a little oopsie doops.
Right. Yeah. I don't
maybe
know.
if they got in the car and wrecked that hard, they would understand that.
Exactly. I don't. Never done that job.
Wow.
I agree with you. These things are not always easy, but I would think much like an umpire in baseball, you check with your base umpire. Did he go around? Kind of a thing. If they're not checking with the people there on the site, maybe that's something that should have been done. But sounds like it was made from up above. So
terrible decision.
Yeah. Did not help you tonight. That's for sure.
No, but we had a good car and we drove through the field, and I was just not happy. I mean, it's just you work all week to come support them.
Right.
And then to make a call like that. I mean, if I would have spun out, I would understand.
Understood. Yes.
I didn't spin out, so it was like, and I could have kept going.
And folks, you'll be able to pull it up on Dirt Vision if you
I'd
weren't
like to see
watching.
it. I could
Check
be
it out.
completely wrong.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Even if I feel like even if I didn't make contact, I still was in the right.
Right.
Personally.
Right. Yeah.
Because I could have kept going.
Yeah, and to your point about the nose wing, probably at least 4 cars that rolled in here off the track tonight had nose wing damage. That happens,
especially
all
here.
throughout the race.
Oh,
so
especially here.
It doesn't
it's such a
necessarily
tight confines.
Yeah. So
the starts are tight. The starts are weird. I mean, it happens all the time here. I mean,
it's unfortunate that it went down that way. The bright side is you had a really good car tonight.
Yeah.
Best you've been here in a while. Try to get in tomorrow, Port Royal tomorrow. So
this is the best I think I've ever been here, which is pretty good. So
yeah, that's good.
Normally dread coming here.
So let me just ask you a couple questions.
We can turn the page.
We'll turn the page. We'll talk about something else. So, 2 off-the-wall questions. Do you have any? Are you a superstitious guy? Do you have any race day rituals?
It was funny because they asked it on the high limit race. I don't know if you watched it.
Did they really?
They asked that on the high limit dash. So
I didn't steal it. Honest, I had no idea.
Well, it's funny how I feel like all of them lied because they said, "Oh, I'm not really superstitious."
Yeah.
But I think we all are superstitious.
You all are. It was certain favorite things you wear or
no
whatever.
No green, no peanuts in the pits.
Yeah. A lot of those are popular racing.
How I get dressed is the same.
Yeah.
Like my whole rhythm.
They take it very seriously because Kyle got on me last year because my sneakers, when I walked in a trailer, had green lettering on it.
Yes,
I got booted out of the trailer
with the green.
Yeah.
That's why the mics don't come on until after.
That's right. That's right.
We're serious about the green. I mean, the peanuts in the pits too. Like, I remember, I'm just so superstitious. Like this year when I took the bad wreck at Port.
Yeah.
I walked up the stands to watch a B main or something, and I saw a bag of peanuts just sitting there, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And I ended up wrecking. And it's like, that's what I thought about on the way home.
There you go.
Like that's how superstitious I am.
I was a baseball player. We had our superstitions. Step over the chalk line, all that stuff. Yeah. I totally get it. All right, let's wrap up with this. They're rolling carts. It's going to get loud.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, we will see everybody tomorrow. Port Royal. We'll chat with Jeff again after the race. Here's the closing question. If you were stranded on a desert island, you could only take 3 things with you before you went. You knew you were going to be stranded. What 3 things would you take with you besides Johnny?
Fishing rod.
Fishing rod.
Is there like a machine that can turn salt water into fresh water?
It's a great question. He's a thinker.
And probably a boat.
There you go. You can feed yourself. You're good to go. All right.
Yeah.
Very analytical.
Anymore.
Yeah. No fooling around with this guy. All smart. All right.
Williams Grove officials.
Yep. What do you think about John?
Bullshit. Usually when you stop for a red.
When they're yelling, it's even worse because you guys can't hear the radio and they're yelling in your ear. Stop, 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 stop. Don't you see the car flipping? Stop, stop, stop.
Well, that's what you're trying to do. You're playing sideways like this.
Yeah.
They didn't say Simon Says.
I guess. Stop, 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 unless you're close to the guy flipping and keep going.
Then keep going. So, all right. Good night, everybody. We will see you tomorrow from Port Royal. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, guys.